whatoplay presents the best and worst games of 2019. The play score is an average of critic and gamer reviews. Starting with the 5 worst games, we have Fimble. Following hot on the heels of God of War's breathtaking exploration of Norse myth, it already wasn't looking too good for Zaxxy's indie action adventure. Diving into the wintry world of Vikings, Fimble weaves a beautiful tale told with a comic book panel cutscenes. But while storytelling is decent, according to Ben Carey from Game Reactor, Fimble sometimes ends up sacrificing gameplay in favor of its thematic elements. Add that to the repetitive combat and buggy execution, and we get to explaining the game's lukewarm reception. It has a provisional play score of 6.36 on the PC, 6.11 on the Switch, and a score of 5.59 on the PS4. Number 4, Bannerman. At last slipping into the category of polarizing, players of Pathos Interactive's medieval RTS can't seem to decide whether or not they like the game's tight hold on genre tradition. Offering the experience of the classic RTS games in a pretty and modern package, Bannerman is successful enough in function but not so much on impression. While recalling to mind icons like Warcraft is usually a good thing, it doesn't really add much else to the formula, making it feel sparse and dated in comparison. Paying a little too much homage, it receives a score of 5.49. 3. Spike Volleyball. Big Ben Interactive might not have the best track record, but fans of the sport have been hotly awaiting an improved volleyball video game, and thought that this was finally it. Unfortunately, it wasn't meant to be. Attempting to simulate the indoor volleyball experience, Spike Volleyball seems only to go so far as simulating the stadium. Earning the ire of critics and gamers, a lot of people were disappointed with the game's lags, numerous bugs, iffy controls, and weird animations. A step in the right direction for volleyball fans, this in particular will need more than just ironing. It has a play score of 5.38 on the PS4 and 5.80 on the Xbox One. Number 2, Generation Zero. An ambitious open-world shooter, Generation Zero pits you against hordes of metal machinery against a backdrop of 1980s Sweden. Showing glimpses of potential in visuals and premise, it all seemingly falls off once the game actually begins. And this sentiment was echoed by reviewers from IGN, PC Gamer, Destructoid, citing bugs, sparse open world, and the game's lack of in-game chat that muddled its co-op focused gameplay. It hasn't been a perfect release, and it doesn't look like it'll get fixed anytime soon. It has a play score of 5.05 on the PC, 6.67 on the PS4, and 6.16 on the Xbox One. And the most disappointing game of 2019 so far is Left Alive. Turns out Square Enix's promising return to the front mission universe wasn't as promising as expected. Supposedly returning to their 2010 mech shooter with industry veterans like Armored Core's Toshifumi Nabeshima and Metal Gear's Yoji Shinkawa, even their talents couldn't bring the series back to life. Despite the spectacular visuals, the game was mostly panned for its technicals, from clunky combat and controls for DualShock's Jordan Boyd, and pretty much everything else for Push Square's Liam Croft. While hardcore front mission fans are still holding out hope, their ratings so far are looking grim, with 3.87 on the PC and 5.18 on the PS4. Turning for the bright side though, we start our best games list with WarGroove. Opening our list is a turn-based tactics game from the guys behind Stardew Valley. Chucklefish's latest indie title is heavily inspired by the 2001 tactical classic Advanced Wars. It brings out the retro pixel aesthetics and the reintroduction of the turn-based genre. But it wasn't a perfect game. Like any other games, especially indie titles, the developers are still trying to improve the game with updates. During its initial release, the game was praised for its mesmerizing soundtrack, fun characters, and lighthearted story for all ages. In addition, the game features cross-platform play, online multiplayer, local co-op, and a comprehensive level editor that lets you create maps and cutscenes. It receives a play score of 8.03 on the PC, 7.66 on the Xbox One, and 8.39 on the Switch. Number 9, Metro Exodus. Deep Silver's third major installment to the critically acclaimed Metro series takes players into the heart of post-nuclear Russia. This first-person shooter not only shows the horrors of nuclear winter, it actually lets players feel the major threat going on in all corners of Artyom's life. No longer limited to the confines of the underground metro, travel around the irradiated Russia with your steam-powered train and find a new hope for the future of humanity. The game was lauded for its immersive atmosphere and detailed environments. Its huge leap to the semi-open world element makes it a potential Fallout killer. It receives a play score of 8.55 on the PC, 8.42 on the PS4, and 7.92 on the Xbox One. Number 8, Stellaris Console Edition. Paradox Development Studios has brought the richness of their diverse alien races to the consoles. Released to the PC last 2016, the Stellaris from many patches ago might look unrecognizable for longtime fans, but it still manages to keep feel and depth of the game's 4X spacefaring gameplay. Delivering the goods of an undeserved market of strategists, Stellaris fits right in on the PS4 and Xbox One. Offering a vast immersive universe of discovery and development, there is nothing quite like it on the platforms, and it receives a play score of 8.54 on the PS4 and 8.31 on the Xbox One. 7. Apex Legends. Respawn's Battle Royale spin-off of their critically acclaimed Titanfall series was unexpected, but it's a welcome surprise. The battlefield is yours for the taking in this futuristic first-person shooter where you and your 3-man squad get to be badasses and be the last ones alive. Select from a ragtag group of heroes with unique abilities and show them who's the greatest bamboozler of all time. So grab your Mozambiques, abuse that ping system, and get ready for the fight of your life. It receives a play score of 8.58 on the PC, 8.57 on the PS4, and 8.00 on the Xbox One. Number 6, Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition. Celebrating its 10th anniversary, Tales of Vesperia has fully cemented itself in the halls of JRPG fame. And with the help of Bandai Namco, they thank all of us with a definitive version of the 10th Tales experience. Packed with the 2 new playable characters and full voice acting, Tales of Vesperia feels more alive than ever before. Looking fresh on the new platforms, the Definitive Edition helps welcome newcomers into the world of Terca Lumeris and gets them into the groove for battle and their compelling narrative. Gathering new fans, especially on the Switch, it gets a play score of 8.27 on the PC, 8.70 on the PS4, 8.20 on the Xbox One, and 8.40 on the Switch. Number 5, Borderlands Game of the Year Edition. With the recent announcement of a 3rd installment to the much-loved cel-shaded shooter, Borderlands invites players to revisit Pandora with fresh eyes. Already beloved for its well-executed gameplay and wacky co-op, dialogue, and campaigns, Gearbox Software did nothing but polish the gem with a 4K upgrade and a few refinements to navigation and inventory that took a bit from the otherwise amazing original experience. Reminding everyone exactly why we love the Borderlands series, it might actually take some pain away from the recent news of their Epic Games exclusivity. It gets a provisional play score of 7.57 on the PC, 8.75 on the PS4, and 8.61 on the Xbox One. Number 4, Kingdom Hearts 3. Almost 15 years in the making, Square Enix's crossover JRPG is finally out. Sora and his Disney friends return in a fantastic and magical journey to stop the darkness from taking over the light. Use the power of Disney magic to strike your enemies down as you travel to the iconic worlds of Pixar and Disney, including Monsters Inc., Frozen, Big Hero 6, and more. Its familiar hack-and-slash combat mixed with fun minigames and stylish action is still making a return, and it's certainly better than ever. KH3 is a huge improvement from its predecessors and possibly the most ambitious title of this series. We can't wait for its DLCs! It has a play score of 8.87 on the PS4 and 8.14 on the Xbox One. Number 3, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Accessibility in video games? From Software says no. After the success of their major hit Bloodborne, travel to Japan's Sengoku period and follow the life of a one-armed shinobi bound for revenge. Sekiro, like all of the Souls game and Bloodborne, is not for the faint of heart. Its difficulty will really test your patience. Face off against Japan's notorious samurais and mythological monsters in an action-packed bloodbath. Using the resurrect mechanic, players can come back to life provided if they can survive the next battle. Aside from that, Sekiro improves in its verticality. Use your grappling hook to reach impossible places and utilize the game's fancy stealth mechanic to sneak up on your enemies and deal huge damage. It has a play score of 8.40 on the PC, 8.82 on the PS4, and 8.54 on the Xbox One. Owning second place, Devil May Cry 5. DMC is back, and by DMC we mean the white-haired Dante we all know and loved. Joining alongside our favorite half-demon, half-human devil hunter is another half-demon, half-human devil hunter named Nero, a major character introduced in DMC 4. Together with a new and mysterious character, V, they fight as stylishly as possible to stop an evil demon from resurrecting. This latest title exceeds everyone's expectations from start to finish as the game continues to give players more and more stuff to do. Its familiar hack and slash combat is easy to learn, but difficult to master. Slay demons and show the rest of the underworld who's boss. It receives a play score of 9.03 on the PS4, 8.89 on the PC, and 8.76 on the X1. And the best game out there is Resident Evil 2. Capcom's return to form. This remake of their genre-defining IP is beautiful as it is horrifying. It's a masterclass in game design and continues to prove that the RE engine is no joke. This is not just another zombie game, it is the zombie game. Return to the shoes of Leon and Claire as they survive the nightmarish events that happen inside Raccoon City. With its new third-person camera, survival horror never felt this scary. Make your way through the labyrinthine rooms of the Raccoon Police Department and fend off the undead with your limited arsenal. It's the best Resident Evil game yet. It has a play score of 9.11 on the PC, 9.23 on the PS4, and 8.76 on the Xbox One. So that's it for today, guys. If you love this video, don't forget to give us a like, share, and subscribe to our channel. That's What's What only here at What to Play. I'm Juanita, and I will see you next time.